Welcome to Fibocan's YouTube channel. I am Prabhu KB, CEO of Fibocan. As you are aware, we are into the business of enabling wealth. We enable wealth through training, coaching, mentoring, and through our innovative investment strategies. In every video, we discuss what happened, why it happened, what will happen, why, when, and how it will happen. Which is why we request everyone to watch the video till the end, click the bell icon, encourage your friends and known person to subscribe. Our educational videos in our company's YouTube channel, Fibocan's YouTube channel, we have put educational modules 1 to 16, both in English and Tamil. That's very useful. I would request and encourage everyone to watch the video, particularly in the age group of 18 to 25. So let's go into today's video. Today is May 20, 2023, Saturday. As always, in the weekends, we discuss about the global markets. That is Dow, Nasdaq, S&P, currencies, commodities, and other things, right? So first we will start with for the week of May 15 to May 19. We will start first with the rates of Dow and everything. Dow closed at 33,426.43, 0.4% up. More or less everything remained flat. Nasdaq closed 12,657.90, 3% up. While S&P closed at 4191.98, 1.6% up, and FTSE remained flat at 7756.87. If you recollect, we had always told that this month is going to be a sideways month. Don't expect significant up move or down move. Why we said that? One of the reasons is, particularly in the case of Dow and S&P, if you recollect why it is hovering at the same levels, the reason is very simple. The high of May is higher than the high of April. The low of May is lower than the low of April. That means both sides, the up move and the down move is restricted. Simple logic. Which is why Nasdaq is slightly going up. If you see in this month itself, in the month of May, Dow has fallen by 2%, while Nasdaq has risen by 3.5%, while S&P has got up by 0.5%, while FTSE is 1.4% down. That is how it has formed. So let's see how this week it performed. Dow in this week, more or less everything remained sideways, I would say. Dow formed a spinning top candle, and what is happening in Dow in particular is the 100-day moving average is acting as a very strong support, while the 100-week is acting as a resistance. In this week itself, it made an attempt to go past the 100-week moving average, but their bears came back and pushed it down, but they tried to bring it down below the 100-day moving average, but again bull supported it, which is why it is hovering between these levels. So you can expect this movement till the end of this month only at these levels, unless otherwise something that the US credit default or something worsens or something negative dramatic happens, or extremely positive something happens. But whatever it might be, the movement is going to be within this level. So Dow formed a spinning top this week. In the daily chart, in the monthly chart, if you recollect, it is now near the middle band. It has formed a bearish engulf. That is, it has covered the previous green candle in this month, and it will move around these levels only. When we analyze the daily chart, it tried to go past the exponential moving average, Bollinger middle band, but there again bears pushed on Friday, and there is a strong pushback that is coming in. S&P and Nasdaq, on the other hand, it is near the S&P. Nasdaq in particular, it opened a gap up in this week and formed a solid green candle, closing just below the Bollinger upper band. Nasdaq story is also the same. The 100-week, it is acting as a very strong resistance, while it is well above the 100-day moving average. In the weekly chart for Nasdaq, it has formed a solid green candle, but there again it is facing resistance in the Bollinger middle band, which is at 12,609. It is taking support over there, and also the exponential moving average, 20 exponential moving average at 12,155. It is facing strong resistance there. When we see the daily chart, on Friday it formed a meaningful first reversal from the Bollinger upper band. Bears took control and pushing it down. That means it is a first reversal. Hence, one has to be cautious. It is time for caution. That's all. It is people should not rush to go and short it, but definitely it is time for caution. S&P on the other hand, it in the weekly chart, it formed a solid green candle. Last 2 weeks, it formed a doji kind of a thing. It was coming down and it formed a rising three methods, thereby forming a solid green candle. It's now near the Bollinger upper band. In the monthly chart, it has formed a doji or a long leg doji. There again, it is facing resistance at the exponential moving average. And like Nasdaq, it has formed a solid red candle above the Bollinger upper band, which is a first reversal, which tells us to be cautious, which again confirms to the point that the closure for the month of May is going to be where it has opened for both Dow, S&P and Nasdaq. FTSE on the other hand, it formed a spinning top, small red candle or a spinning top type candle, but again it demonstrates that it is in a sideways movement, and in the monthly chart it has formed a bearish angle, small, but it again points us to one thing, that it can form a rounding top near the Bollinger upper band and the Bollinger exponential moving average. However, I expect it to go up strongly in the month of June or July. The reason is very simple. It is now above in the daily chart, it is above the 50-day moving average, but just below the 100-day moving average. Once that is taken out decisively, we can have significant up move. Next is volatility index. S&P CBOE VIX at 16.81, which I have been telling, it is trending down significantly, going down in the weekly, daily and in the monthly chart. And though it formed a green candle on Friday, the trend is significantly down. So with that background, now let's go to the dollar index and the components of dollar index. Dollar index closed at 103.079, 0.57%, 0.6% up, and euro versus USD, which moves in the opposite direction of dollar index, it closed more or less flat, 1.0802, while GBP USD, it closed 1.244, more or less flat, and USD JPY, which closed significantly up, 137.95%, 1.7% up. Of course, USD INR is the last, which has no relevance to dollar index, but it is out of our interest. We are giving USD INR pair. It closes 82.878. 0.9% up. So first we will look at dollar index. Dollar index, if you recollect, I have told last week it formed a solid green candle. It is the down move is arrested. If you recollect, we said that the 100-week moving average is going to act as a support, which is somewhere near the 100 levels, and below which is the 200-week moving average, which is at 98 levels. We had indicated clearly that 97 to 900 is a very, very strong support for dollar index. It will not go below that level. If one has any doubt, they can go back and check the previous video that we put every week. Last I think 2 weeks before or the week before, we had clearly mentioned this point. So one can look at those videos. So now coming back to this video, this week's video, it formed a solid green candle, second week in succession, and it is on a significant up move. In the monthly chart, we had said that because the Bollinger middle band is going to act as a support, though it went briefly for a moment below that during the month of May, April, and in May for some time, but there it bounced strongly. It has formed a bullish engulf till now, and the down move is arrested. So anybody coming and telling dollar index will fall below 100 levels, please don't take their words. It will not go below 100. Forget it. The daily chart, of course, it formed a first reversal. It is, of course, a first reversal. One has to be cautious. So as I said, euro versus USD, it's the opposite of it. What did it do? It formed the second week red candle, and it started going down in the weekly chart. In the daily chart, of course, it formed a green candle on Friday because it is opposite of your dollar index. And of course, in the monthly chart, it formed a solid red candle and formed a bearish engulf near the Bollinger middle band. So same is the story with the GBP USD. It of course it is relatively better, hence it formed a doji after a solid red candle last week, which again reflects that means next week you can expect a fall. Normally it's a strong red candle after a significant trend and a red candle and a doji, means the next week can be most likely will be a fall, because it is this doji is a continuation pattern. In the monthly chart, it again formed a solid red candle below the Bollinger middle band. And in the daily chart, of course, like Euro versus USD, it formed a solid green candle on Friday, but slightly a shooting star type candle. Hence, it is a short covering rally. I wouldn't read much. So don't expect significant up move. Also, if you see, it is just taking support at the 50 day moving average. So that is acting as a support, okay, for GBP USD. When we see USD JPY, if you recollect, last week I said that it formed a solid reversal, bullish bar reversal. In the case of USD JPY, as I said, this week USD is strong against JPY out of all these components. JPY, last week we said that it formed a bullish bar reversal and a bullish piercing pattern kind of candle. This week it decisively crossed the 50-week moving average in the weekly chart, forming a solid green candle. Thereby, in the monthly candle, it has formed a solid big green candle with a long lower leg, and it is significantly moving up. In the daily, of course, on Friday, it formed the first reversal. Because it formed the first reversal, of course, second reversal, first reversal, it formed a few days back. But once again, this has to be ignored because just now, it has taken out the 200-day moving average decisively, which is at 137 levels. So now, it will again attempt, bears will make an attempt to push it down below that. But if that is holding, then I think 135, 137 level is going to act as a very strong support for USD JPY. Next is USD INR. USD INR, as you if you recollect, we had said that in the monthly it is forming a rounding top, and we said that either it can fall or it can go up significantly. In the weekly chart, last week it had formed a solid green candle. This week it followed it up with yet another big candle, thereby in the monthly chart forming a solid green candle, and this level is going to act as a very strong support. Of course, in the daily chart, if you recollect, a few days back, that is last week, it was somewhere last week, in fact, it was hovering near the 50 and 100 moving average. Now it has decisively taken out all the moving averages and is going up nicely along the Bollinger upper band. So that means USD once again has regained its strength against INR, and we will see further INR weakness. Next is US 10-year Treasury yield. US 10-year yield, it closed 10-year Treasury yield basically 3.682, closing 6.3% this week. If you recollect, we had said that last week it had formed a doji and it was just below the 50-week moving average. What had happened? It was just 50-week was going like this. It went up, and this week it has decisively taken out the 50-week moving average, and it is now well above the 50-week moving average. How did it form? Because two dojis it formed, then the third one it formed a solid green candle, and thereby in the process, in the monthly chart, it has formed a solid green candle, bullish engulf. Of course, once again the Bollinger middle band is acting as a strong support. In the daily, what did happen? If you recollect, I had said that it was below all the moving averages, 50, 100 and 200. Now with this, the last 5 days it has moved up solidly, thereby forming 6 green candles and decisively taking out the 50, 100 and 200 day moving average. Now it is well above. So what is going to happen? It is the down move is arrested. That is temporarily. The 50-week will act a 50-week moving average, which is at 3.487, is a very, very strong support for US 10-year yield. Next is Brent and Nymex. Brent closed at 75.58, 1.9% up, while Nymex closed 71.55, 2.2% up. So what did it form? It formed a solid green candle, of course like a shooting star. But once again, if you recollect, we had said that 200-week moving average for both Brent and Nymex is acting as a very, very strong support. If that is broken out, then you have another levels. But when we combine this with the monthly chart, both charts are similar. Hence, I'm not going to talk separately. Monthly chart, though it has formed a solid red candle, both Brent and Nymex, what it had happened, it has now gone below the 200-month moving average. 200-month is what? 17 years average. But below which is the 50-month moving average, which is at 70 for Brent and 66 for Nymex. So that is acting as a very strong support. If you tally this in the weekly, 50 week versus and this 200 week and 50 month, both are giving a clear picture that is going to act a very strong support. If for some reason that is broken down, then the 100-month moving average for Brent is at 63 levels. For Nymex, it is at 59 levels. That will not be broken. If that is broken, then it is a free fall. So in the daily chart, it formed a solid reversal few days back, but it is hovering near the Bollinger Middle Band. That is how it is. So overall, we expect Brent and Nymex to the fall is going to be very limited from here, and if at all anything happens in the second half, it is going to be an up move. Thank you very much.